Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Did you guys remember to... And if you haven't done so, please. Got some throwboy gifts that were mailed to me, including this little one. Little guy. No, don't do this. Don't do. What you want to do is this. This or this. That's a little bit of pillow talk here. Thank you, Roberto, for sending over these pillows. Now I have to figure out where these lime green, pink, red, blue, black... What the hell happened to my chair here? That's better. Got to figure out where they're going to go here in the house. Thank you for sending them over. We got quite a kick out of them. And now we'll have a very decorative couch somewhere in our house. I suppose we could put them somewhere else. Could use some of these, I guess, as kind of booster seats, sorts. You can't have enough throwboys. That's what I say. Thank you for the completely random gift. I thought it'd be fun to kind of start the show out like that, because we don't normally start the show that way. It's usually just me babbling on and saying, hey, welcome everybody. Thank you for subscribing, following, liking, +1, blah, 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 blah. So let's go ahead and tell everybody on Facebook, not everybody on Facebook, the people who have decided to like me publicly, all 75,000 of you, that we are streaming live. I'm also going to tell the people who are following me on Twitter. And then before too long, I am going to go ahead and +1 this video. This live video, the video that you're watching right now, can be +1. It can be liked, it can be shared, and it will be. It will be. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to press like, just like you're going to do. I'd imagine you're going to do it. Then you're going to press the G +1 button, short for Google +1. Pixie, what are you doing? You trying to press the button? Oh no, she's looking in an area of her body that I'd rather not talk about right now. Go ahead and share that with everybody so they can click the link and think, oh my god, Chris is streaming live. Unbelievable. I've racked up something like 15 million viewer hours. The live video feed, not the YouTube live video feed, but the live video feed at live.pirillo.com. Can you believe that? It's been years. I think it was 2007 when I started that. Crazy. My, how time flies when you're streaming live. Let's go ahead and welcome Jenford, Ben Tar, Team Wardo, Nini, Benjamin. We also have iMark, F1, Micro Agent, Right Noob, and Cool Secret Spy as well, who is neither secret nor a spy, but he is cool. We also have Tyler B. Edka, J89, Scottish Tech Kid 98, Kurt Grames, Matt Guru 15, Week. You know, it was funny. I was noticing in one of the more, I should say, popular videos that I'd recorded over the past couple days, people making comments from the chat behind. They think that all you guys back here are script kiddies. They think you're all, kids. And I don't think so. Not just, I'm not asking for anybody's ages. But hopefully the commentary you see back here is intelligent, is good, is supportive for whatever, content we're focusing on at the moment, whatever article we may be talking about from Lockernome.com. And, of course, we also have Imbalance by Design, the Brown 21, I'm sorry, the Brown Town 21, not to be confused with the Brown 21, on YouTube there. Phil Dozer 2, the Tech Guru, Super Monis. I've never heard the name before, but apparently they've been watching since 1998. It's a long time. No, I'm sorry, '08. There's a big difference, like 10-year difference. I easily post comments today. I had a bunch of errors yesterday. I tried to comment. It says, one radical dude. Well, I'm glad you're able to comment today. Thank you for the +1s, the likes, the shares, the reshares, the tweets, the button clicks. Like, it's Chris Pirillo. And he is looking for a pillow that would fit. Chris Pirillo. And this is what you want to say to Chris Pirillo. And this is what Chris Pirillo says when he has to take a potty break. Luckily, I evacuated all my cavities that need to be evacuated before starting this thing. Got a few things we want to cover today. First, if you don't notice the leading link, we have one of our pro nomies. He's got a blog at twofruits1robot.com. Take a look. Apples, BlackBerries, and Androids. There's something for everybody there. If you like technology, you might actually appreciate the website there. twofruits1robot.com. We'll also be sending that link out in our newsletter over the course of the next year, really, since she signed up for that. I guess she comes from a part of the galaxy that is geekier than your part. Hey, I don't make this stuff up. Or maybe I do and you just don't know. Then we're going to roll into some of the content posted to Lockernome.com today. How to set up your podcast on iTunes. We've written the guide for you there on Lockernome.com. Why do tech bloggers hate Microsoft? That's the question posed in the story there. Android Development Series Part 1. Proper design constructs. And Eddie knows me well. He knows I am a stickler when it comes to design. And granted, I've kind of slipped over the years. I'm not, as particular as I used to be. If it gets the job done, I'd rather have it designed well and intelligently. But at least if you're wanting to design Android applications, you may want to take a look at our part 1 of what could be many parts for Android development. And even though it's for Android, you might be able to learn a thing or two, even if you're not interested in developing for Android. Lousebuster, killing head lice without chemicals. Then we also have tips for making a better Kickstarter project video. And then I also wanted to announce an idea that we've been kicking around with Nomies. I think we're thinking about doing some kind of project together, starting a new business, inventing a new business together. And our webinar this Wednesday is going to be about how to set up a new business, things you got to keep in mind. If maybe you have one, you just started one, you're trying to figure out what you need to do, what bases need covered. Jerry Hobby and I will be talking about that in the Wednesday webinar. And of course, more information is at the link that's available in this video's description. Backlink of the day, before I forget, it comes from 7tutorials.com, who linked back to us, and we appreciated that. So we thought we'd pay it forward, give him the backlink of the day. You can click that link and the others, as I said before, in the video's description. We put a link in about every one of our videos on YouTube. In fact, I dare you to find a video that we've posted to YouTube that does not have a link. Go ahead. I'll wait. It's going to be a while before you can find one, because we've got a link on just about everything there. Really do. Link everywhere. So let's go ahead and dive into the first story that I've got here on Lockernome.com. Tips for making a better Kickstarter project video. That's what we want to cover first. Why? Because I said so. It's the first thing. Go to Lockernome.com. What is the first headline you see on Lockernome.com right now? What? That's right. Tips for making a better Kickstarter project video. All right. Here we go. I love funding Kickstarter projects, especially those that, are interesting to me. I don't think I've funded anything that wasn't interesting. I know there are some of you inside of this community, and if you're watching this video, hey, if you're not a part of the community, why not join us and follow me and then subscribe. Yes, I keep pillows around to help me tell my story. You ever thought about creating a project but didn't have the money for it? Well, that's what Kickstarter is perfect for. If you have all the right elements in place, we posted a guide yesterday giving you 5 pointers on how to make a successful Kickstarter project. Granted, success is, completely contingent on your idea and, in many cases, your execution. After we posted that video in the article on Lockernome.com yesterday, I saw a couple comments come in there are a few of you who posted a link to your failed Kickstarter projects, and I clicked it only to really see why it probably failed. There was no video. There were no good rewards. The description was anemic. I had no idea, who was really behind the project. I mean, there were so many elements missing. That one key element, though, for selling the project may very well be a video. And if you don't know how to do a video, well, you could hire somebody else. Certainly, it's not a problem. Don't think you have to do everything on your own. There are outfits out there that will help you specifically with Kickstarter videos. Now, if you've got a Kickstarter project, you're looking to do a video, I could probably help put you in touch with the right resources to get that Kickstarter video done the right way. Drop me a line. My email address, chris@pirillo.com. Seriously, email me. That's why I share the email address. But if you want some tips, you want to try it yourself, fine. We've got the link in this video's description where you can read more, but the high-level overview, focus on the interests of the audience, okay? You want them to fund you. You want them to believe in you enough that they're going to plop down $10, $20, $1,000, $10,000, whatever you're asking for. But you have to meet their needs, and you have to do it in such a way that they're going to say, yeah, no problem, I'll spend that much money if it gets funded. Because, of course, if it doesn't reach its goals, the Kickstarter project, it won't be funded. And you may have to try it again or just give up altogether. But if you try to Kickstarter a project without a video, or if your video sucked, you may want to do it again with a better video. And when you do that video, remember who you're trying to get to give you the money to be funded. Think about that. It's like content, guys. I don't just think about myself when I'm doing these videos. I think about the people watching the video. Why do they care about watching my video? What am I giving to you? Well, in this case, this particular video, I'm giving you information. I'm letting you know that Kickstarter's an option for you, and that video's a great way to go with Kickstarter, and things you might consider within Kickstarter. I'm thinking of you, because I'm certainly not doing this for my health. In fact, I got a little tickle in my throat. Allergy season's been crazy this year. Sell yourself. I don't mean your body or anything like that, unless, of course, it's a part of your Kickstarter project. But I'm more inclined to put money down on a project after watching a video and seeing the founders talk about what they've done before, maybe their past successes. Maybe they didn't have any past successes, but I believe in them. I'm buying into them more than I am even the project itself. They seem like good people. They seem confident. They've done this before. They've made all the right connections. Yeah, I feel this is money well spent. And by the way, I have spent money on Kickstarter projects, got the Kickstarter projects, and the projects, sucked. Go Pano was a complete waste of whatever I spent, $80 or $100 on that thing. Waste of money. Complete waste of money. The actual results that I had in my hand that I was using was nothing like they showed in the video. But I bought into the project. They were genuine, or at least genuine enough, but I thought their the outcome of the project, the thing that I bought into, it was a bit, the presentation was a bit disingenuous. They were actually demonstrating a different product in the video. No one ever really called them out on that. I did in a private message thread, because they're wondering, why are you so upset? Do you have something against us? I'm like, yeah, I felt I was misled. I felt I wasted my money on the project. I believed in something. You sold me on something, and it wasn't what I saw. Indeed, it wasn't genuine. Don't be afraid to use humor. It can go a long way, and this is something that I don't try. I never claim to do anything humorous. Sometimes I think I can be funny at times. Not usually in these videos. I don't try to be funny, but humor can translate into sales on Kickstarter in your video. Why not? And if you have a prototype in hand, demonstrate it, right? Let's say you've got this little thing, and this is a prototype. It may not be the thing that actually ships, but this is what you expect it to look like, and this is what you expect the output to look like. And as long as what you show matches what actually comes, then our expectations will have been met. But if you're talking about a physical product and you don't yet have a prototype, don't post a Kickstarter project until you have a working prototype. Yet another one of those tips that we passed along. And, okay, you really want to have a successful Kickstarter project, you can make it happen. You got all the right elements in place. You got the right prototype, the right idea, the right pitch. You're tapping into our emotions. But you want to make sure, why not hire a media company? It's okay. you can spend a little money, because the money that you spend may be parlayed into something greater, especially if that media company has done something like that before. Like I said, if you're looking to make the connections, if you tried a Kickstarter project before and you want to take it to the next level, drop me a line, chris@pirillo.com. More information, more tips related to helping make your Kickstarter project successful, or maybe someone you know has a Kickstarter project that could be more successful. Send them a link to this video. That also includes a link to the article that we posted to Lockernome.com. Now, let's talk about head lice, okay, shall we? Good, it's just dandruff. I'm glad it's not lice. I remember the first time I heard about lice when I was a kid. There was a lice outbreak, and they sent all the kids home, and then you had to get these special combs and comb through, and you had to bathe in this special stuff and to kill the lice and the eggs. And we were told it was very disgusting, and I guess it was. And for a while, we were told you couldn't even put on somebody else's hat. And you had to be careful when you hung up your coat at school that it wasn't too close to somebody else's. And I'm still very aware of doing that to this day. You know, you go out to, let's say, get your hair cut. You're in a dining establishment. You hang up your coat. You don't know whose coat is next to you or what they may have. They may have lice. And then you could get lice. Not to freak you out or anything. But that's okay. Technology to the rescue. There is a gadget for those of you. Yes, that's right. A gadget, like a piece of hardware, that can kill head lice without using chemicals. And for those of you who want to stay safe, I would say that removing chemicals from the equation would be a good first step to staying safe. I remember it was just everybody was careful, and you couldn't touch anything, and it's a weird thing, this lice thing. And they've got a gadget. Something called Lousebuster. It's strange. So we wrote up a review of this. Not that, I have lice, or I don't think you could get lice from watching a YouTube video, or at least that I know of. But basically, a Lousebuster is a device that does two things. Provides an even amount of heated air to the scalp, and it dries out the louses, those lousy louses, and their eggs, causing them to die for easier removal. So a 30-minute treatment. And this particular gadget, you can look at it if you want. I've got it here associated with the story that's posted to Lockernome.com. There it is. That's the Lousebuster. All right, look at that. It says it does have an advantage that's portable enough to use for schools or businesses treating the infected. Or, see, here's the thing. Thinking like an entrepreneur, let's say you don't have lice. Your kids don't have lice. You don't know anybody who has lice. What you could possibly do is buy this machine, and if there is a lice outbreak, what you can say, I will do it without chemicals, and I'll only charge your family $30 or whatever it is. And within short time, you will have made up the difference for what you've invested in buying one of these Lousebusters. Gadgets are here to stay. Don't you love when technology makes your life better? Don't you? Don't you hate lice? Wicket does. It's another topic altogether. My dog. He doesn't have lice that I know of. Android Development Series, Part 1. All right. You guys ready? Here we go. We do. As a matter of fact, today we posted part 1 of what will likely be many articles, the Android Development Series. This one's going to be about proper design constructs. And I know you're thinking to yourself, Chris, I don't care about Android. Or maybe you care a lot about Android. Software development is the future. And the future's here. I mean, if software was where it is today, when I was a kid, instead of my dad wanting to be a doctor or a lawyer or such, I didn't grow up to be a cowboy. My mama didn't let me. I'm kind of grateful for it, not to offend any cowboys out there, or doctors or lawyers and such. But software development is a road to riches. If you can develop, the world is your oyster. You can think of an idea and then make it happen. Or, better yet, you don't even have to think of the idea. If you can make it happen, people who think of ideas will turn to you. So let this just be an introduction to set you on the right path. Design is so important when it comes to software. And there's been poorly designed software that succeeded, largely, though, because there was a lack of similar software that could help the user accomplish certain tasks. This is why the software that you might see in institutions, number one, is so expensive. Number two, is difficult to use. It's not as easy as we've kind of grown accustomed to with software that we might download to our smartphone, to our computer. Intuitiveness is certainly a part of software, and part of that is having an intelligent design construct. Not to say God had a hand in it, you would have a hand in it. And we outline here, thanks to Eddie, who has developed, I believe he's actually developed for certain parts of the Android community, if you like. I'm sorry, I just did a video on head lice and gadgets to remove head lice there. Now I've got the itchies. So, there are a few must-haves he notices that you've got to have in your Android application, the action bar being one, fragments, and also tablet configurations. And I think more than anything, those who have Android tablets would appreciate that. Just think of your audience, right? And having a design that allows you to allow the user to do what it is that you want them to do, you're good to go. What more do you need? It may not be the most beautiful thing that's ever been produced, but as long as you have elements in place that allow that user to do what it is they need to do, then you've written perfect software. And I guess perfect is relative. And as long as there's not a lot of competition for the type of software that you're developing, specifically for the Android platform as a part of this development series, you may have a pretty good go of it. Any other Android developers out there? Let's speak up. Why do tech bloggers hate Microsoft? That is not true. That is so not true. All right, hang on just a second. I am gonna use this here. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna go run and get something. Give me a second. Don't move. Talk amongst yourselves. How to get a prop. I got the prop here. Did you guys give him hold music there? How to get a prop. You see my prop? You like the prop? Some people say I'm a prop. All right. Let's see. I think you guys are going to understand why I'm wearing this hat in this video. I'm being ironic, by the way. Ready? Here we go. Let's talk about why tech bloggers hate Vista. I'm sorry, Microsoft. Let me see here. I'm just doing a review of the story there. Why do tech bloggers hate Microsoft? Is it because they're the tallest nail? Is it because they're a company that's easy to hate? Well, I suppose people who are hateful people in general will always find some reason to hate one company or another. Do I hate Microsoft? No. Do I dislike some of the things they do? Sure. But I'm a human being, right? I mean, I'm allowed to like and dislike things. Certainly don't have blind faith, even though I know some people would say otherwise. I used to be a gigantic Microsoft supporter. And in many ways, still am. I don't want to see anybody fail in the marketplace, if only because competition's always got to be healthy. There are many things Google does that I don't like, and several things that Apple does that I don't like. There's no winner in a race that never ends. So why does it seem to be a trend, as pointed out by one of our bloggers, Philip, there on Lockernome.com in his story, why do tech bloggers hate Microsoft? Why do they automatically talk about something that Google does, even though Microsoft did it before? Why do they talk about something that Apple did, only Microsoft did it years ago? So this Dropbox thing that everybody loves, Microsoft's had SkyDrive for a while. Granted, it's not as easy or as cross-platform as Dropbox, but still, Microsoft had the concept well ahead of time, at least according to the way I remember things. Microsoft has been the first to do many things. So why don't they always get credit for doing those things? Spotify, a very popular music service you can subscribe to if you want to. But they were doing that with Zune years ago. And even before Zune, there was the Plays for Sure entire marketplace that Microsoft had set up stem to stern before they realized that their implementation was a little wonky. But they still did it. The Xbox. How could you hate the Xbox? And even the die-hard Sony PlayStation users have to be jealous of the way that Microsoft implemented online gaming. They have to be. You have to be. How blind could you be to not see that? Yeah, Microsoft did online gaming better with Xbox. They absolutely did. But why is it that anytime something is just a little off, that tech bloggers tend to be so hard on Microsoft over any other company? Well, at least that's Philip's perspective. I've seen it just the same for Google. When Google makes a screw up, it seems like tech bloggers are all over that. Or when Apple does something wrong, tech bloggers are all over that too. The sky isn't falling. I guess the bottom line, at least for me, and this is, I guess ancillary to the story that was posted that I'm referring to here. Controversy is not bad, but sometimes perspective is needed. I recently, and I'm not going to name any names, I was recently called in to do I guess it would be like a media hit. I basically asked to be on a news broadcast, a national news broadcast. And they asked me for a perspective on a story, and I gave them my perspective, and they said, thanks, but do you think there's another perspective? I said, no, this is the absolute truth. I mean, beyond my perspective, here's the facts. And they were looking for a completely different way to spin those facts. And I wasn't willing to do it. Even though it would have been great coverage, I just didn't believe in really sacrificing my own belief structure just for the sake of being on national television with, an opinion that just wasn't mine. The world used to be Microsoft versus everybody else, but I don't know if I see that anymore. There are a lot of big companies, and they do good things, and they do some not so good things. But the bottom line is, why does it seem that Microsoft always is the first to get smacked? Is it because they were the first big technology company that everybody loved to hate? Maybe that's why I liked them so much. What do you think? Do you think that tech bloggers have a slant from one company or another, or do you think it's spread across the entire channel of technology and punditry? Everybody's got an opinion. You'd imagine that nobody would be biased, but everybody, including yourself, happens to be biased. You give me head lice. I can't even tell you the last time I wore that. Ooh, I made a palm fart with my... Yeah, it doesn't work. I was pressing against the table. Weird. All right, let's talk about how to set up your podcast in iTunes. Shall we? We shall. Let me close that, minimize that, accept that, do this, do that, do the other thing. You guys ready? Here we go. How do you get most of your media? Is it through traditional television? through YouTube, embedded on any one of the social media channels like Twitter, Facebook, Google+, MySpace. Podcasting? You guys still do podcasting? Like, listen to podcasts? My favorite podcast of all time has not changed. This American Life. Best podcast ever. Even beats out my own podcast. We've got it right here. The Lockernome Daily Report with me, Chris Pirillo. You can subscribe in iTunes. Also the Zune Marketplace. You can subscribe anywhere that you can get podcasts. You can just do a search for my last name, Pirillo, or Lockernome, and it should pull up. And the podcast, the way we have it set up now, these long-form video shows that we do on YouTube are basically transcoded and then placed into our podcast that you can subscribe to and download our show. So if you can't catch the live program, or you're always on the go and you just want to listen to me in the background, or maybe you just want to watch the whole entire live show, however long it happens to be, and it's usually shy of an hour, well, then you may want to subscribe to the podcast in iTunes, because many of you guys have iPods. Or if you don't have anything from Apple, you might have a device that still supports podcasts through a third-party app. Maybe it's built into the software. Maybe you just get it another way. Bottom line is, podcasting's still very much alive. I had this debate the other week, and I guess I was kind of put in my place. I thought it was kind of dead. I didn't think anybody subscribed to my podcast. I really didn't. Not anymore. And I have an audio version as well. I think it's in iTunes. It's an MP3 podcast. There are people out there who still want to publish podcasts. So what is a podcast? It's not a format, necessarily. It's an MP3, it's an MP4, it's a video file, an audio file. It's basically wrapped in an enclosure, like a virtual enclosure. That's the tag inside an RSS feed. Podcasting is delivery. That's all it is. It's not the format. It's the delivery mechanism. And Apple makes it easy for people to discover the content that you're producing, much like Google makes it easy through YouTube to discover the video content that you're producing. But if you've always wanted to set up a podcast and didn't really know where to start, if you really want to go this way, we've posted a tutorial for you right there, lockernome.com, linked in the description here, how to set up your podcast on iTunes. Because let's face it, even though I am not a fan of iTunes, I think it's one of the worst pieces of software ever, and certainly getting longer in the tooth with every passing revision. It's still being used a lot. So, my question, should I still be producing the Lockernome Daily Report podcast video like this in a podcast? Should I still be doing a podcast? Do you guys even subscribe to podcasts anymore? If so, which ones and why? Have you tried mine? You like it? Just leave a review. Like, hey, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Oh, it's better than getting a vaccination at the doctor's office. I don't think those are, like, real reviews. Not that I invite them to be real reviews, but podcasting. What's up? All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is something that's been on my mind for at least 10 seconds. And that happens to be the webinar that we're going to be doing on Wednesday. And this will be a good one. Give me a second. Oh, someone subscribes to Tech TV. I didn't realize Tech TV had anything still. Oh, Windows Super Site, Paul Thurrott. One of the biggest, I should have mentioned his name in the video that we just did on Microsoft, huh? We've exchanged emails a few times. He's generally got the right idea with what he publishes online. He's someone I trust with information that he happens to share with the internet. By the way, thank you for the 173 people who are watching this video. I'm sorry, 177 people who are watching the video. We've got 93 likes. 177 people watching, 93 likes. Let's see if we can balance it out. Can we do that, guys? I'll give you a couple seconds. I'll wait for you guys to like the video here. Give me just a couple seconds. you do it? Did you get it done? I waited. Gave you enough time. I didn't have enough time. You had enough time. I'm not mad. Really? I've got glasses here. I wear glasses on my shirt. My nipples have really poor vision. That's right. My nipples can see. Can yours? We'll be writing about how you can allow your nipples to see in a future Lockernome Daily Report. We believe that nipples should be able to see. And if your nipples have less than 20/20 vision, probably need to get a t-shirt prescription. All right, let's talk about business, shall we? That's a new business. Glasses for nipples. Hasn't been done yet. All right, let's talk about this. Here, give me a second. I've been doing business since 1996. I didn't take one business class in school, high school, college, nowhere, not even community college. I didn't even audit a course and never really learned anything. I'm not, no. Sometimes I debate my dog. He contends that I should have gone to school for business. I say, I didn't need to. I'm not a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I come up with ideas and then try to execute on those ideas to make money. That's kind of what business is, right? You gotta have customers. I have customers. I've had customers, at least going back that far. It's been an interesting journey, I gotta tell you. I've had a lot of successes and a lot of failures, too. You ever meet someone who is in business who says they've had no failures? Don't trust them. Because it isn't possible. You have to fail at some point in order to know that you've succeeded. So in many ways, in order to succeed, you first have to fail. But if you don't learn from your failures, your business will probably go nowhere. So I've picked up a few tips over the years on how to do business. I remember when I first started, I didn't really even know where to start with inventing a business, a new business. And if you're at the stage where you want to do business, and basically if you want to make money somehow, you want to draw in customers, and you're at the stage where you're needing to create a business, we're doing a webinar live this Wednesday, as we do every Wednesday, and you can join us if you want. And even if you can't make the live webinar where we're going to be discussing the topic, hey, let's invent a new business, we'll be recording it so you can watch it after it was live, when you do get to the point where you're going to want to create a new business. And here's the thing. I get a lot of people who comment, people who work for other people who would never want to start their own business, but then they kind of think, maybe it's not such a bad idea after all. You probably had an idea before. How do you take that idea and bring it to the point where it can make you money? There are a lot of things that need to happen. Whether it's fleshing out the idea, so that you've got all of your I guess, T's crossed and your I's dotted. Sometimes doing that can make your I's crossed. But you still have to do it. You still have to step through a certain set of principles, really, to set the stage for success, knowing that there are going to be failures along the way. And the one thing, when I'm asked by fellow entrepreneurs or people who are just getting started with their own business, a startup, or maybe it's a long-running business and they're looking to change the direction, they ask about success. And I explain that success, much like about everything else in life, it's relative. What's success and what's successful to me isn't necessarily success or successful to you. So I would consider success from doing this video not by the amount of views, not by the amount of comments, not by the amount of people who liked it, not by the amount of people who shared it, not by the amount of people who are paying attention to the things that I'm saying right now as I'm recording it live here on YouTube. I would measure the success based on attracting one new person to join us in our weekly webinar series. That, to me, would be success. It's an attainable goal because I know there are so many people out there who have a new business, who have had business for a while and maybe missed a few steps and can't figure out why things aren't working the way they used to. They need a little help. That's kind of what we're here for. Nobody knows everything. You know, when you rely on the intelligence of others, specifically learning from their mistakes, you can keep yourself from making similar mistakes and be that much further ahead of the curve. And there may even be discussion of creating a new business together. This has been a phenomenon that's happened for years. You may have heard these little, gatherings. People get together, they work on different projects, and at the end of the weekend, they have something new. They have a business model, and you never know where that's going to go. That's kind of how Minecraft started. Just as one of these little projects, an idea, it sprang out of something else, and it grew, and then it snowballed, and then bam! Overtakes an entire industry, seemingly. There's a possibility we, together, at least for those of us who are tuning into the webinar, may be creating a new business. I don't know what that business is going to be. There may be a lot of ideas, and we have to realize, what do we have for resources? You know, what do we need to make this be successful over a weekend's time? We may do a virtual weekend project and possibly evolve a business. So if you'd like to invent a business with us, join us. More information is at the link that we've provided in the video's description. And with that, I think we're about finished, at least with this particular broadcast. Know me today is Airwolf. Airwolf. My dad should do a webinar. I don't know if Dad should do a webinar. Maybe I could ask. I don't know what he'd do it on. I don't even know if he knows what he would do it on. Can't really do a motorcycle riding webinar because it just doesn't. Can't. Well, I guess you could kind of demonstrate it, but I don't know how many people are really interested in learning how to ride a motorcycle, at least virtually. Kind of want to get on the bike to learn how to do it. He's done some accounting stuff before, though. Maybe some accounting tips that he could share. Seth David, maybe another good one. We've got a lot of intelligence in our community. Very, very happy to serve it, or I guess facilitate the connections between people. Yes, Blood Brother CCCX. He said he just came in here and he says now it's over. It is. Asking if I'll do a video on the new car. As I said yesterday, I will. Give me some time. Got to kind of get used to it. Want to learn more about it. My business should be unboxing juice. That would be a nice business to be in. Although it's kind of competitive, so I don't know about that. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I've got a lot of good things coming down the pike, as I always say. I mean, when have I ever disappointed? Do you know how many videos we've uploaded this year? We are coming real close to having almost 5,000 videos on YouTube. Granted, most of them only have 20 views on them, but still, that's a lot of video. That's really a lot of video. Okay? That's probably, if I added up how much video I've done, that's like about half my life. Wow. 5,000 videos? It's not the quantity, it's the quality. True. I try not to make them suck. Thank you for helping spread the word. If you know of a video that you like, let others know that you like the video and why you like the video. Be nice. I mean, it'd be cool, so that way I know what kind of videos you want to see more of from us. Technology, obviously. But every once in a while, I've done some videos that are more personal. You guys seem to like the personal vlogging thing for some reason. Maybe uploading our Grand Canyon footage this weekend. Stay tuned for that. But in the meanwhile, feel free to subscribe to the Lockernome email newsletter. It is free. Go ahead. I'll give you... Oh, it's at lockernome.com. You got it? Just wait. Subscribe to it. Do your thing. Get it? Okay, cool. Make sure you click the link that comes in email to confirm your subscription, and then you'll get it. It's as easy as that. Chris Pirillo's... Oh, someone uploaded my Be Right Back photo. Thank you, Cameron Diane, I think. That's your name. I'm loading the URL, see how it looks here. Oh, the image or video has been removed or deleted. Sad. That is sad. I don't see it. You must have had a typo there. Either that or it was already removed so quickly. The Brown Town 21 tells me not to go. I gotta do other things. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and of course you can subscribe on YouTube. The subscribe button used to look like this, so go ahead, click this button. Nothing's gonna happen, but hear me. Actually, I think we now put, isn't it somewhere up here when we do the annotations? Isn't the subscribe button somewhere? Did I get it? Is it kind of like there? Over a little this way? Did I get it? Is that about it? Right there? Click the subscribe button. It's fun. You can also join us in the chat room. I'll be popping into TeamSpeak, chatting it up with my nomies. Don't know what we're going to be talking about yet, but it will probably be interesting and geeky. You can join us for that conversation. It will continue in just a couple of moments at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.